Right, so this is the portal which we will use for this our purpose. I will log in. It is already logged, so I can switch to desk. So you might be knowing that whenever I log in, depending upon your permission, either you will be taken to website or to the desk. Desk is normally more powerful for the your own staff. You can say your back office worker who will do the work. So, and website is mostly for the your customers, visitors, only less powerful persons. So I will move to desk. So depending upon your rights, you will see lot many things there. So what we will do, we will create we need to create an app. Is there any custom app?
Experiment.
Idea? Okay. So we will see in this website there are many apps installed. I have shown you apps, and those apps again I will show you from the about. You can see I tell first thing in a Frappe framework. Then next app, if you are to use the ERP next, you have to install ERP next app. This is one app install. It is the most complicated app. Other than that, depending on your requirement, you can install more apps like Frappe HR, human resource. If in your company you need to manage human resource department, you need to this. Then education is for like university institutions. Chat is you can have chat with your for the support team or among yourself. So these are the additional things we have installed on this. This is a learning management system. Like if you need to offer the courses and if you need to go for the payment online. So these are the few apps installed. There can be much more apps. Like experimental is a app which we are developing. This is our own app, right? So all these apps you can develop app by creating an app through this interface. This same interface will be used to develop the apps. Like we have developed this. Any app will have different modules, and one module by default has to be the same name. So experimental app will have experimental module. We will see that. And we can create modules as we like. So from this I can MODU module. So these are the modules available, right? So you can sort this on the basis of app, right? Or you can apply the filter. Experimental.
App name. App name.
होना चाहिए
पहला आ जैसे तो ऊपर आ जैसे पहला जीरो सॉर्ट दिखता है सॉर्ट में दो ऑप्शन और दो ऑप्शन काफी सबको ऊपर आ रहा है इतिहास है
टॉगल जाना चाहिए टॉगल जाना चाहिए. Okay, you can search here. So here is a experimental, and this is name is experimental module name, This is for the app experiment. Now I would like to create another module. I don't want to pollute this particular module which is already there being developed by Professor Sundar Pal Singh. So I will, by clicking here, add module definition. So here I can give module name. So normally module should indicate the purpose, what it is doing. Like, so now we are just learning, so I can use it learning, and I put a name as well because we are using the same person are using, and to differentiate, so I am giving this learning Rai as module name, and here I need to use the which app I need to, it will be an experimental app, fine, and then I can save it. So that means if you have a sufficient power from the web interface, I can create the module. For minded, you will not able to create apps from the front end. When I am to create the app, I have not created app, it was already created. I need to go to the console mode of the server and run some commands in the console mode, text command to create the app, right? So that part at the moment we are not covering. So I have created, it means we are starting from the, everything is installed. App is, I know under which app I need to work, and in that I can create the module. So we have created the module. And then different modules will have doc type. So this is a doc types. Again, this is sorted in the most updated, last updated. So recently we worked on this and we want to create our own doc type. So I wanted to add doc type. It say you are running in a developer mode. So if you want to do the development, you have to set your this framework in a developer mode. So I would like to have this. Let us do it. We call it some doc type name area. And it will ask me which module it will belong to. So I need to tell it will be module learning Rai. If you start typing something, then it will keep on sorting the things. So LE, it is sufficient. So learning this. Then I wanted that I should want to keep the track of changes, so I can check this, right? Other things are there, we will learn slowly, and now this will be the fields. Now this you can take something like a table in your spreadsheet, Google Sheet or Excel, or table in a database, right? So you can add those field here, add. I wanted to this to find out the area and perimeter of a rectangle. So for that I want to do this web app. So I wanted to have length LENGTH. Now most common type of data, we will take the data. There are other data type and we will use whenever it is required, and most common is a data. I need not to write anything in the name. I want to make it mandatory, right? This is one thing I would like to take input. Then second, I would like to take the width again of the type data. I don't want to make it mandatory, just for learning purpose. Then from here I would like to calculate area and perimeter, right? Now here is the naming rule. In database there is a principle that every record should be identifiable with some unique ID. So this naming is a unique ID. There are different rules which it permit, and the advantage of this framework is it can be human readable as well. But at the moment I will not do anything. I mean mostly we are using in database auto increment. It can be by some expression, it can be naming series, right? So there are lot of options available, but I am keeping this blank at the moment. and I am using bare minimum options. Okay, for the moment we will make this to be, and I would like that then area, so read only. Because I don't want area to be input by someone. It will be calculated from the input taker. So it is dependent. So I can take it read only. And here I can press either escape to go back. Right. So what I did, I make this, I click here edit. Now this view is known as list view. Whatever I have a data in database, row by row, similar to your Excel sheet or spreadsheet, and it may not have the complete everything. There can be more field. This is for the one field, and if only a few field for one record, only number, label, type, name. Immediately we will see what is their mandatory options, and when I want to add it in a form like in full form with all the options, then I need to click here. I click here, then it expand here and all the options available. So editing row 4, many other options are now visible to you. Only few of them can be shown in a list view. And here again I will go for the read only. Alright, so either I can click here to collapse it, or I can use the escape to go back to the row. Very convenient way, and this way you can learn how your web app should be developed. We will learn by using this which type of feature I would like to have it. After doing this, I can make it save here. Right? So once I save, this message is there which will be educating us. It say you are running in a developer mode. That's we notice that we are developing it. What normally it suggests, if you are doing a production server, then don't try to change the code there, and code change is possible only in a developer mode. Once it is in a production mode on live server, then it say you better customize it. Whenever do customization, it don't change any source code. Nothing will be there, only changes will be in the database. That is a clear and very good feature of this framework. Right? Now we have created a doc type with a name area, where we have created the table in a database. This database can be MySQL, MariaDB, and here we are using the MariaDB. So it is a relational database management system. Now by doing this, it has created the table in that database without our knowledge. That is the power of no code. So you need not to do the server administration. You need not to know about how to create the databases. Knowledge will be good for us, right? For a beginner, our first objective is to make the web app as early as possible. So it says go to area list. Area is the name of the doc type. So whatever doc type will be, it will be replaced. It might be some other employee, student. So here will be go to student list. Click here. So nothing will be there at the moment because we have not created any record. So it say you have not created an area yet. Create your first area. So either I can click here, or I can click here on the top right, add area, and it say you give me the length. This red star mean it is mandatory. So let it will be 20, and width I enter 10 and save it. So I have made the first entry, and then from this menu I can add new area. from here. So again I can add 10, 10 and say, right? So it's a area. This is the unique ID of this particular record, which has length and width. Fine. And if I click on this area, I will see this list. This list show the unique ID represented with ID, because in the naming I have not given anything. So it is taking it random hash. By default, it will take unique ID, which is very difficult to read. Okay. And then compulsory field are shown here. Length was the mandatory, so it is showing here. It is not showing the width and other fields. And if I click here, it will give me the form view. You can see in full. Alright. Now, if you want that this is not the way I should do this naming series, so let us go and change it. Okay? Naming rule. So I can change here naming rule. So either simplest is a auto increment. So then start it automatically give the number. But let us do something different. We use it, and if I use random, it is same thing but whatever we have seen. Random hash. We are going to use expression, and it gives this format. It tells us, I think without knowing anything, if you read it, you will work on this. So it's a, and there's another option, quick entry, right? So with quick entry, open a dialog with mandatory fields to create new record quickly. And for expression, this is the format. Example hyphen, you can put month, more words, something, then some field name, and then number. I will make it simpler. So I call it, okay, I put it AR, then hyphen, and let I say curly braces that it can have number with 3 digits. So it will have 001, 002 up to 999, it can have the records. Then it say which case you want. Title case I would like to have in uppercase. Right, this AR should be capital R. And I will allow this to be renamed. If you don't click here, then later but you cannot change it. Right. And then I will also try to make it mandatory. Save it. And most of the time, once you do this, if things are not behaving properly, then you need to go to this your icon. It might be photo here, your name, and you need to reload. It clear the cache, right? So latest changes will be effective. And now again I can refresh this, and now if I try to add new, right, it gives me the mandatory field, 2 mandatory fields, and also give me the option, so I can enter length and width, which is mandatory input. I can save it, or I can put in the full form. Because other field I put the read only, that's why those are not here. If they do not have the read only, then I can see all the non-mandatory field here as well. So length 100 and width 45, and save it. Now question is how to do now calculate area. and for that we need to do some programming. And from programming, I again go to the doc type, and there is script, client script and server script. Let us go over server script. No script is there at the moment. Add a new server script and you give some name to this. Calculate name is given. Script type is doc type event. I mean how this script, when this script should run. So either it may be scheduler event, at particular time it can run, and we want it to run on a doc type event. Like when we save, it should be executed and like that. So it will be a doc type event. If you don't want to run this, you can disable it from here, right? Reference doc type is the area, not doc type event. Now here various events are there. So events will be before insert, before validate, and all other events. So I will say before save. Before saving, it should calculate the area and perimeter. So this is the code which we need to use here, and here it will be script. Like, so whatever your current document, from that document dot operator area is a variable or identifier that will be equal to width multiplied by length, and perimeter will be equal to width plus, rather than multiply, it will be plus doc length and multiplied by twice, right? So these are the formulae. So here comes the coding. So this is the only part, server scripts or client scripts, and known as the controller. It controls this document where you will put your logic, right? And then we will say this is the script. It also gives the example here. Add logic for standard doc type events like before insert, after submit. So it gives few examples. So even you need not to remember, you can copy paste this and modify it as per your requirement. Got it? And every type of example is given. And that should be the yours. Whenever you develop any program, that should be of similar type. Help should be available immediately. One need not to search the internet or see the manual, and save it. Fine. So that made, now if everything is okay, it should calculate. So let us see it. So let us change this value to 18 and save it. Can't multiply sequence by non-integer. So this is the no error. Interesting, right? Because we committed some mistake, right? And I can claim it is a purposefully to attract your attention, and it might be just I forgot to do that, right? So we need to remove that errors. But can you make any idea what is the problem? Cannot multiply sequence by non-integer of type string. Over. So let us go and correct this. So here, now this is we are script type, and we need to go to, so build, module build, which will deal with doc type, and this is the where we have to take area. Now here is a problem, like length cannot, it is a common, right? For the name, address, street, it's okay. What for length? It has to be either float or integer, right? So we will go to float. And likewise width, So all here should be the float. Save it. Data error, data truncated for column area at row 1. It should be okay. Float, float, float. Let's say refresh. I need to reload. Okay, float, float, float. So when I say without any change, it will tell me no change in the document. So it says still problem, so I will need to reload it.
डेटा का कौन
Float, float, float. Length, width, area. All looks okay. ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਗਲਤ ਦੇਤਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਡਾਟਾ ਟਾਈਪ
डेटा का लॉजिक कितने स्क्रिप्ट चलाए स्विच कर रही डेटाबेस ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰ ਡਿਲੀਟ ਕਰਕੇ ਤੇ ਮੈਂ
ਚੇਂਜ ਕੀਤਾ
ਕੀਤਾ ਲੈਣਾ
ਚੇਂਜ ਕੀਤਾ
ਓਕੇ ਵੇਟ
ਰੀਡ ਕਰਦਾ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ
ਜਦ ਡਿਲੀਟ ਕਰਦਾ ਬੈਕਐਂਡ ਤੋਂ ਡੇਟਾ ਟੇਬਲ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਵਾ
ਇਹਨਾਂ ਪਾਸੋਂ ਰੀਡ ਕਰ ਦਿੰਦਾ
ਉਹਦੀ ਲੈ ਡਿਲੀਟ ਕਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਣਾ ਡਿਲੀਟ ਕਰਨਾ ਪੂਰਾ ਡਾਕ ਟਾਈਪ ਕਰਨਾ
ਹਾਂ
ਇਹ ਚਾਰ ਹੀ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮ डॉक टाइप यहाँ पे नाम अलग अलग रख दियो नाम अलग रख दियो लेंथ विड्थ से
तो डाटा बस रीड नहीं होया है
ये डेटाबेस ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੋਣਗੇ ਪਏ ਹੋਣਗੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਇੱਕ ਨਵਾਂ ਪੈਰਾਮੀਟਰ ਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਕਿ ਕਿੰਨੀ ਵਾਰੀ ਮੋਡੀਫਾਈ ਕੀਤੀ
ਹਾਂ
ਬਟ ਇਹ ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਹੀ ਸੇਮ ਨੇਮ ਆਪਾਂ ਰੱਖਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਉਹਦਾ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ
ਚਲੋ ਆਪਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਡਾਕ ਟਾਈਪ ਰੀਡ ਕਰ ਦਈਏ
ਡਾਟ ਟਾਈਪ ਕਲਿੱਕ ਕਰਨਾ ਪੈਣਾ ਨਵੀਂ ਕ੍ਰੀਏਟ
डॉक टाइप एरिया ਇਹਨੂੰ ਡਿਲੀਟ ਕਰ ਦੇ so we are deleting it so add new doc type no we should be more quick area track changes
there are type is the name
huh
track is the name which is track करता है कॉलेज और नहीं मिला
add row length ਇੱਥੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਡਾਟਾ ਲੈ ਲਿਆ ਸੀ float mandatory width At the moment I am not making read only, it will work. It will also show that difference between quick entry form and full form. Okay, now we will do change here. We will go for expression, same thing, and we used AR hyphen uppercase enough. Save. I guess still same issue. नाम भी से नाम भी नाम था मैं से
इस लेवल तक की प्रॉब्लम आई नहीं
नहीं नाम सेम देता मैं
हाँ नाम सेव देता ना
हाँ डॉट टाइप add new dot type rectangle module width okay, so we will do with expression AR let's go to server script, create new script, area and perimeter AP, let us give this name, doc event, rectangle, insert before save, here should be script, and we are using the, it should be okay, save it. हाँ कौन नाम में RECT rectangle ये तक इनको कुछ करने की लोड़ नहीं, एरिया वहाँ डिलीट कर दो. So this is a rectangle. I go to list, nothing is there. I will add a new enable quick entry. करके देख ले चल पूरा right? And here we need to add more variables. Till now we have added only two, right? So add more, we need area of the type float, perimeter of the type float, save it, reload it, add new record. So either you can add it here on a full form, and because earlier two were not there, it was not coming, we add two, one, save it, and you say it calculated, right? 2, 1, whatever you do the calculation, it will do it. So this is how it give the number, right? 1 I did, then cancelled, so it started from the 1 number which I cancelled, so that taken it. So add more record. Here can it be 100, 150, save it. So I can see here, oh,
ਸਰਵਰ ਸਕ੍ਰਿਪਟ ਲਾਈਨ
ਹਾਂ
ਸਰਵਰ ਸਕ੍ਰਿਪਟ ਲਾਈਨ
ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਕੈਲਕੂਲੇਟ ਕੀਤਾ ਇਹਨੂੰ, ਇੱਥੇ ਕਰ ਗਿਆ, ਹਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੁਛ ਤਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੀਤਾ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੁਛ ਤਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੀਤਾ,
ਮੈਂ ਚੈੱਕ ਕਰ
वो एकदम सेव ही नहीं करना, if I 150.1 कहना नो चेंज की है, हाँ
नोट बाय डिफॉल्ट ठीक है फिर आ गया
मैं चेंज की है ना, और कैलकुलेशन गलत अदरवाइज
है वीडियो में ठीक कैलकुलेट कर रहे
ना, फिलहाल जे भी चेंज मनूंगा तो फिर कहूँगा ठीक होता, फिर गलत है। सर सर
राइट
बिफोर सेव लगा, आफ्टर सेव लगा,
वो से भी तो था ही कि आप से देखना ये बैकएंड पे यार ये टेम्परेरी फाइल से ठीक कर रहे हैं
ये हम
डॉक्टर
सेव नहीं कर रहा,
जब रीलोड करोगे तो
So you can see this doc type is connected with this database and there will be server script. This script is running at the moment. This is the script. Right. So we have put it. After save नहीं before save चाहिए है. Before save. हाँ जी. पिछली बार आपने करेक्ट करता सी फोन करना भूल गए. थैंक यू. माय आगे. Right. Add in the quick form 3, 2, save. It is saved. So which mistakes we committed? We did it after save. It document saved, after that it calculated. So that means it was not saving in the database, right? Its correct is before saving we should do it. So you should take care of the which type of event you need to run. First time we did it correctly, but this time I did mistake that before I did it after. So that's why it was not saving in the database. Now it's perfectly okay. Fine. So with this what happened, we created a database. We added a script as well. This is server side script. We can also have a client side script, right? Advantage of the client side is that on server it will not cause any load. What you are showing your logic to the public. So if you don't want to show the logic, you have to go for the server side script. And if that is not the case and you can bear the loading on the server, then go for the if you don't want to show and you bear the load on the server, you can pay for that, do server side. But if logic can be shared with the public and that loading you cannot bear, then go for the server client side script, JavaScript. Now that's what happened. Now what more changes we would like to have? Now go to again doc type. For that you can click here to go your home page and then go to build, because we are building the doc type and we are dealing with this. Now we wanted to have its web page, right? To have the web page we need to add 2 more fields. One field is route. So it holds the URL of the web page. Then you can also have something like on web. Okay, whether you want to show this record on web or not. And then this to be of the type check. And for this I can make by default 1. So by default it will be checked, and if 0 then it will not be checked by default. So these are 2 things I need to add in the database in table, and then there should be one another field with the name title. One should be title. I can save it. Now you can see difference between label and this. This is what we see, and it's corresponding in database. This will be a name of the field. In database you cannot have this space, so they change it to the lowercase and with the underscore. So this is the, in MariaDB database, this will be the column name. Okay, let it throw the errors and we will see. And then we want to have web view, has web view, right? And here I need to say RECT. I want to make this rectangle as its route and save it. Right, so things has been saved. Open here. Okay, has web view. Allow guest to view. Okay, is published field.
Lowercase x must be in lowercase.
X, tiny, nothing X. I need to write this thing on web, right? So I wrote there on web. Save it. ये सही हो चुका है। ये सेव की प्रॉब्लम दे रहा है। Fine. Now let us add more thing. Add record. Let it be 100, width 60, and save it. We have this 6 number record. Click this. चेक करो तो इंस्टॉलेशन ठीक है नहीं, चेक करो इंस्टॉल। route ही है. See, there looks some issue with this server. Professor Stendra will look into. I will show you on some other server, same thing working. So here, like any room, it is same thing. Example. So you have huh? सवेरे में it was working fine in the morning. ये random error आ रही सी कभी आंधी सी कभी नहीं सी आंधी कभी कम कर देती सी ये है but it was random. After refreshing, I was getting the back page. Okay, our procedure is correct. Professor Sarvendra Pal will check what is the issue with the server. So it was behaving randomly. At the moment that random is 100%, it is not showing the web page. What happened? The moment I enable the web page, I need to give the route, I need to give the something check is published or something like that on peb, and I need to give title as well. We have given everything. And then the moment it will come here, see on web page, and it will show on the web page. For this, I give you the link from where you need to do the library management system tutorial. In that, Frappe tutorial. So after create an app, even you will not going to create the app, you are not going to create the site, create a document. So we started from here, and developer mode, you have given that, you need to start from here, create a web page, right? We follow all these things, you read it, and try to make these web pages library for every one of you. I have created a module with your name. So you create your doc type in your own module. But there were 3 students eligible. I mean, I conduct 3 or 4. I gave the list in that. Those who have paid the fee. What about the others? Huh? But the pay, नहीं पर करवा लो ना थे कैश दे के आए हो कि ऑनलाइन ऑनलाइन किन्नू जमा कराई रसीद जब मैं ਪੁੱਛਿਆ ਰਾਤੀ ਕਿਸੇ ਦਾ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਦੱਸੋ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਇਲਾਵਾ ਕਿਸੇ ਹੋਰ ਨੇ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੋਵੇ ਦੱਸੋ ਵੀ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਨਹੀਂ ਉਹ ਚਲੋ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਤੇ ਉਸੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਮੈਂ ਮੋਡਿਊਲ ਬਣਾਏ ਹੋਏ ਨੇ ਬਾਕੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਦੱਸ ਦਵਾਂਗਾ ਮੈਂ ਬਣਾ ਦੂੰਗਾ ਸੋ ਦਿਸ ਵਾਸ ਦੀ ਹਾਊ ਟੂ ਕ੍ਰੀਏਟ ਦੀ doc type and whatever I told you can read it there might be minor difference so you need to apply the common sense and web page view and that's what I discussed right so this is the web view how to create the web view so I have awarded mainly the server side work this we will see when we are to do that this is server side addition and article.html row and by reading here and by practicing how to work on the server side we will make it after some time we also make script from the front end not from the back end right so we will try to do maximum work from the front end so that will be a minor difference from this huh? Huh? Letter आ गया
ਤੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਆਉਣਾ ਮੇਰੇ ਕੋਲ
ਕਿਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਇਹ ਆਉਣਗੇ
ਇਹ ਆਉਣਗੇ
ਉਹ ਵੀ ਆ ਸਕਦੇ ਨੇ
ਬਾਕੀ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਮਰਜ਼ੀ ਆ ਸਕਦਾ ਮੈਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕੰਮ ਦੇ ਦੂੰਗਾ
ਨਹੀਂ ਇਹਦੀ ਵੀ 6 ਮੰਥ ਟ੍ਰੇਨਿੰਗ ਹੈ
ਇਹਦੀ 6
ਇਹਦੀ ਵੀ 6 ਮੰਥ ਹੈ CSC ਦਾ ਹੈ ਸੋ ਇਹ ਦੋ ਤਾਂ ਆਉਣਗੇ ਇਹ ਤਾਂ ਖੈਰ ਮਹੀਨੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੈ ਵੀ ਪਰ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਡਿਗਰੀ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੋਈ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਇੰਟਰਸਟ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਹੋਏਗਾ ਕਰਨ ਤੋਂ ਤੇ ਬਾਕੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਸਿਟਿੰਗ ਫਿਲਹਾਲ ਤਾਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਬੰਦੇ ਆ 2 ਵਜੇ ਤੱਕ 2 ਵਜੇ ਤੱਕ ਚੱਲ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਘਰੋਂ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ ਤੇ ਪਰ ਇਹ ਤਾਂ ਡੈਫੀਨਿਟਲੀ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਤੋਂ ਬੈਠਣਗੇ ਇਹ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਨਾ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਮਰਜ਼ੀ ਹੋਊਗੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਬੈ ਕੇ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਨਾ ਇੱਥੇ ਕਰ ਲਓ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਕੋਲ ਕਰਨਾ ਕੰਮ ਉੱਥੇ ਕੰਪਿਊਟਰ ਸੈਂਟਰ ਉੱਥੇ ਕਰ ਲਿਆ ਕਰੋ
ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੈਗੇ ਨਾ
ਇਹ ਟੈਲੀਗ੍ਰਾਮ ਗਰੁੱਪ 'ਚ ਹੈਗੇ ਨੇ
ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਕੱਲ ਅਵੇਲੇਬਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਗਰੁੱਪ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਚੈਨਲ ਨੂੰ ਕਾਲ ਕਰਕੇ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਨੰਬਰ ਲਾ ਦਿਓ ਅੰਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਥੋੜਾ ਕੰਮ ਦੇ ਦੂੰਗਾ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ